Hi, my name is Andy from McHugo Homes, and the latest in a series of videos I wanted to touch on is the importance of choosing an estate agency with a proven track record in customer satisfaction. Not just customer service, actual satisfaction. There's a couple of ways to do this. Number one, as you probably would imagine, would be to look at existing reviews. Previous and existing reviews. Having a look on Google is a great unbiased starting point there. A 5-star estate agent like myself at the moment pride themselves on customer satisfaction and doing the right things well for that owner. It's really important when an agent represents a property, represents the owners of that property, and it's really important when you're choosing an estate agent to decide what's going to suit you. There are many options out there now in terms of estate agency, and different kind of service and different options. It's really important what suits you, what are the things you're looking for, apart from the obvious in agreeing a sale. How do you get there? How do you want to get there? How quickly do you need to move? What are you looking from that service, and how involved do you want to be? If something like myself, I'm all in for all aspects of the estate agency, meaning that the owner doesn't need to get involved more or less at all, basically. But it does lead on to something that I think is very important, which is transparency and open communication. You hear phrases like "we'll go above and beyond" and "we pride ourselves in customer service," but what does that actually mean? What is that process? Who is it you're going to be dealing with? Who's representing you? When you have an evaluation of your property, is that person that's very polished and very nice in front of you, is that the person you're going to be dealing with through the process, or are you going to be passed to somebody else? And do you have to then check out who that person is or who that team is, and knowing the experience of the team there and how good they are, looking at that those Google reviews, coming back to those Google reviews, or indeed the social proof, looking at the Facebook reviews, looking at the following potentially on social media now, look at any negative comments that have been made, looking how they sell properties. It's all relevant to making an informed decision on actually the service that you're going to get, but is it actually successful at the end of the day, and were the other clients happy with the service? I'm always a big believer in recommendations, but the one thing I would always temper that with is if you recommended a brand or a company, make sure the person that you actually dealt with at the company is still, one, at the company, and two, in that same position. A lot of, I'd use an analogy of our friends in the conveyancing world, a lot over this sort of post-lockdown era, I found of the older school solicitors have retired, moved companies, working in a different way, weighing things in, working from home, working differently to how they were before. Make sure if you have that recommendation that you do check out, are the people still involved? Have they been promoted to a different role? What am I going to get from that person who's now on the ground floor dealing for me? You've got to be sort of selfish about that, and looking at reviews, looking at social proofing, looking at the recommendation, I think are great ways and avenues to do this. Hopefully that's of help. Hopefully feel free to check out my reviews in particular at the moment, and any questions you have about the moving process.